What's up, YouTube? This is TheBillyBobHD bringing you another Let's Play. Today I've got some more Hearts of Iron IV. We're playing as Fuckin Finland. And I just noticed this happening. We were waiting for the Germans to make some more headway here on the Eastern Front, but it looks like a single Spanish division actually came in here and captured Leningrad out from under the Soviets, which is pretty ridiculous. Because we wanted Leningrad, damn it. So it's almost like I want the Soviets to recapture Leningrad if they can. And leave that to us, right? We want Leningrad. We can take some other cities and industry and such over here, for example. However, you know, it's just not going to be as fruitful, right? So I still got these divisions up here holding the gap there out from under the Norwegians, which is great. That's been going well for us. And then down here, I've got my 7 divisions or so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's only 5 divisions now. Excuse me. Turkey has joined the Axis, which is great. This is actually showing as German-held territory now. The fall of Leningrad. So they came in and snuck in and took Leningrad out from the Soviets' noses there. And, wow. That's pretty significant. Looking up here now towards the north, and you can see that the Italians are actually bolstering my lines here a little bit, which is fantastic. So if we're able to move into the Soviet territory a little bit further, that would be great. We need a new project for civilian factories, and so I think I'm actually going to queue up a couple of these military factories now, because we're showing at 8 civilian factories put to work for me, because we did just also open up a close air support line and a light tank 3 line as well. Looking good from a resource standpoint, at least for all of my infantry and land unit stuff. The only thing suffering right now are the subs and convoys there. My navy is up to a size of 19 now, which is great. So those subs coming out really nicely. Those sub 3s with their latest technology and such. The good news is the Axis have also minimized the Allied invasion of mainland Europe here down to just Brittany area over here, which is good. We like to see that. And now the Germans have put, goodness, they've put about 10 divisions up here in Leningrad to help hold that. But things still looking pretty mixed over here on the main Eastern Front. You can see a ton of red going through there now. And that's a little concerning, right? Let's take a look at our stockpile really quickly here. I've got 3 close air support 1s, 12 tanks in the mix now. How many tanks would this tank division take exactly if we were to produce this? 300 of those. So we need 300 light tanks in order to produce a tank division. Thank you, Axis, for bolstering my lines here. This is great. Manchukuo has capitulated. Does that mean the Japanese are struggling over here? Yes, it does. And that's because the Japanese are also fighting against the Soviets here on this front, as well as National China and British Raj at the same time. So a very, very busy war for the Japanese there, which is pretty nuts. Let's take a look at this report. Oh, we lost a convoy there. That's okay. That was a trade convoy, I'm pretty sure. If we look back at trade now, are we getting all that we've ordered? It looks like we're receiving everything except for this rubber coming in from the Siamese Empire. So unfortunately, I need to keep that where it is, because the only other option is getting it from Japan, which if we tried to do that, well, it's going to show is giving me 8, so we'll switch that back off. So now I have a surplus of rubber of 2 there, so that's good. That's going to be good for my close air support and my Fighter 2 production, which has 4 factories assigned to it. I'm almost thinking it may make sense to take 1 off of the Fighter 2 production and hand that over to the Light Tank 3 production there. So now we're up to 2.36 per week there. And that's going to continue gaining efficiency as well, 1.7 per week, which I think is the max. I think that's the max per week that you can do. Running on speed 4 right now. And so the Axis continue to hold Leningrad there. They must have heard me talking that I wanted it so badly. The Soviets now trying to recapture it, you can see, and not able to do so. Really not able to do so. And now that the Axis have helped me gain additional territory over here, I think it's time that we can actually set a new offensive order for Turquoise Group here. So we'll give offensive lines that look something like this. Bring you around like that. Just to take that extra territory away from the Soviets, right? And now, I hope this isn't the death of us and the death of the campaign. Join wars. They will not accept the our offer to join them against the Soviets there quite yet. So that's dumb. You can add a material designer here. Infantry equipment, research bonus, motorized, and artillery. Let's go with the small infantry equipment there, which looks like 64 days until the infantry equipment level 3 is finished up. Production-wise, we are showing as filled there. And then the Volkssturm is 117 days away. So concentrated industry level 4 is about to finish up. It is March 1942. Aviation effort is done, so we need to pick a new effort now. Close air support effort, I think, makes most sense as we're trying to go up that line as well. And so a new... it may look like this Advanced Artillery 3 there is our next choice, because we're producing 2 per day of the infantry, the artillery 2s, which we've got an extra 2,000 of those sitting around. And so this looks to me, are the Axis attacking up here? It does not look like it. They're just stacking up, right? No, wait, they are moving in for us. And this territory is going to me, thankfully. No, incorrect. You can see my line of land forts here on the defensive line that we built out in hopes that the Soviets wouldn't invade us, which the good news there is we've been able to stop them from doing so. Okay. New research slot now. Let's go and get that Advanced Artillery 3 there. 95 days. German Reich declared war on Yugoslavia, and the UK has called them in as allies in the Greater War there. So Germany now, after declaring war there, I don't see very many moves made by the Germans over there, unfortunately. Now we're starting to see some additional green over here on the Eastern Front out of the Germans, which is good. Novgorod over here is worth 5 victory points. That would be great for us to get if we could take these 5 divisions and roll them through, although the Soviets have 64 divisions there, so we're going to have to be very careful. And now the Germans starting to break out of Leningrad in an offensive way. Nice. Good for you guys. Still looking good up here. Any breakthroughs up here in the north? No. Looking good there as well. What is our recruitable populations? Up to 442 there per month. New military factory has been acquired or built out, I guess. And so I think it makes sense there to... Wait a second. 38 days there on the infantry equipment production. So I'm tempted to throw it... Okay, let's throw it into the light tank 3 production. Instructions-wise, we've got that new military factory popping out for us. I'm going to put in an order for 2 more of those after it, because this one's going to be finished when? This one will be done May of 1942, so next month we can plug that one into the infantry equipment production immediately and get those infantry equipment level 3s starting to roll for us, just because we have a big stockpile of the older equipment now. Okay, coming up on the red line here. Call me into your war now, damn it. It's because they know they're actually winning, right? They will not accept this, a negative 10% modifier there. So nothing I can do until Germany tries to call me in yet again. Unless you guys want to see about invading Sweden, right? which I'm boosting fascism, and they're improving relations with the Swedes, which is kind of weird. Ooh, they do not have a lot of divisions at all now. That could be misrepresented. I bet that is misrepresented because we have such a low technology for that rubber. Okay, that rubber was lacking there for a second, so the Japanese barely able to get through their deliveries now. Okay, and so the Soviets pushed back now on those Axis units and trying to make their way into Leningrad unsuccessfully, which is good for us. And then we're looking pretty good up this way otherwise. Still lacking that oil and steel. How about the Navy? That's gone up to a size of 20 now. 18 subs and 2 heavy cruisers. We also have a Soviet fleet in here, which is pretty scary, along with a couple of Allied fleets floating around, Polish and Danish. Could we take Sweden quick enough, is my question. Especially if they join the Allies, that's going to create a humongous front for us where the Allies can reinforce, especially with the Americans, and really start pushing me back. So this bottleneck up here is vastly important, and so I don't think we should invade Sweden. At least yet, right? If the Germans declare war on them, then we'll go after it for sure. But that's about all we're going to be able to do. 7 days now on the infantry equipment level 3 and 60 days on the Volkssturm. So some big things about to happen for us, guys. Hold on with me here as we just continue to watch and wait for the right time to strike. Kiev is being approached. We've got Stalingrad over here to the right. That's still pretty safe, but Moscow is a long ways away from being taken. Okay, the Soviets now. Okay, you guys are looking decent over there. That's fine. Infantry production level 3 there. Constructions-wise, yeah, we're still looking at May of 1942 for the next round of those military factories. So let's go ahead and bump it in now to the infantry equipment level 3. Oh, we do not even have enough steel to take care of that. So I need to trade for some more steel. We'll get it from the Germans. Now, does that help out? Yes, it does. So now the only lacking steel is there in the subs, and I think I'm going to actually put you above like that, ahead of the convoys, because we have how many convoys in the stockpile? 56, which should be plenty for now. Also, we need to pick our new research. So, is 1942. The support weapons 4 there is a smart choice, just to help out our infantry divisions even more. And you can see 40 days now left on the artillery and 48 days left on the Volkssturm. 109k now in manpower as well. And this is a tough fight over here. The Axis keep getting attacked relentlessly by the endless manpower of the Comintern, but they are holding up. They're holding a stiff line there in Leningrad. We're going to go flexible navy because I don't have the available dockyards to build a large navy. And then the Romanians sort of taking it on the chin here on the southern front, even though they had made a advance here towards the Sevastopol Peninsula there, trying to get closer, take those ports away from the Russians. Okay. What are we looking at in terms... Okay, we need 7 steel and 7 oil. There's a new military factory. I'm going to pump you straight into the... Well, we said we would actually give it to the infantry production there. So now they're up to 6 factories, and so they're just working on upgrades and sending those new infantry equipments throughout the front. The next one we get, though, July, is definitely going to be thrown into the Light Tank 3 production there. And you can see they're actually lacking that steel needed, which is a bummer. So I'm actually going to move this up the line like this. Okay, so now that puts a full amount of steel into that Light Tank 3 production. The Air Force production is still going pretty good. How many close air supports do we have now? 20. And then I've got 138 Fighter 2s that are stockpiling up for us. Man, oh man. Once the Germans reach this sort of pocket over here and Sokoff, close to Sokoff, that's going to make me feel a lot better about jumping in and invading. Although the Germans do not seem to want my help, so it's pretty crazy, right? Join the wars, they still won't accept. How are things looking over here in Europe? Pretty good. The Axis continue to hold off these multiple invasions that the Brits keep launching against them. Could I just go ahead and declare war? No. I would need to justify a war goal. Conquer Luga, 10 days. So this could get us into the war. That's the way we actually get into the war. It's only going to take me 10 days. So we need to just hang tight for a little bit. They, Germans would, I would assume, would accept and merge the wars with me. Recruit and deploy now. Let's train one armored division. You'll come out in Helsinki. What are you still missing? 200 light tanks. So he's got 300, it looks like, or 100. He's got 100 of those already. And so another 200 days before that's going to be able to finish out for us. We could... Okay, we got to wait for him to train up a little bit too, but we could just go ahead and deploy him out onto the field of battle. See, now down to 194 left. I've got that motorized infantry in behind him there. Aha! Here's the moment we've been waiting for, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Again, this has been TheBillyBobHD. Please remember to like, subscribe, and/or comment if you've enjoyed this content, and we'll catch you next time.